Welcome back to the weekly Forex forecast for the 15th of April next week. I'm going to do the full analysis in the next 15 minutes and hopefully you're going to enjoy that. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Before I go on, all information is for educational purposes only. Do your own research, trade at your own risk. If you wish to become a member, it's £30 a month where I do the analysis every weekday, Monday to Friday during the New York session, video on demand. And I'll do a full analysis and it will include trends, stop losses and targets. So I'll be giving you signals every day for all the markets and you trade at your own risk. Well, congratulations to everybody who traded gold last week. A fantastic week with lots of profits along the way. This one was worth over 600 pips. This one was worth 153 pips. And if you banked your money early, that would have been a nice profit up to the previous half, two or 300 pips. So congratulations to everybody. If you traded the short, congratulations. I wasn't around, but nonetheless, a nice break of structure here, and all it went down to here. Now it's heading for this area here in the next probably by Monday, so we are looking to enter a long position using the price action charts. I'm going to cover the price action charts because we use high liquidity zones. You can see these yellow zones and these blue zones, and not much else, to be fair, but they are highly effective. And there is a special package at the moment. I'll cover that in the next few minutes. Just do it now. So there, just quickly, as we can see on the trading website, tradingmentors.com, you go to price plans and pricing, go to price action charts, and there's a whole bundle saving about £2,000. But there's a limited spaces. I'm only doing 5 coaching sessions, and you get 12 months Forex and gold signals for 12 months worth £600. You get 12 months VIP membership worth £360. So you save a lot of money and it's a great value. So congratulations on those trades. There's many more coming, and I think that gold is going to 27.98. I've done the full analysis last week. Let's go on to the markets, and the DXY is bullish and it hit our target 105.01 and now heading for 106.84. This liquidity zone here. The yellow zones are liquidity from the price action charts. The green or blue, depending what chart I'm on, are the demand. So there's supply up here and demand. It is basically support and resistance and high liquidity zones. So onward and upward for the US dollar. So buying US yen, buying US Swiss, selling euro dollar, selling pound USD. The yen futures, something's a bit strange about this. All the yens are going down, which is really odd. So I do expect a bounce on them. We can see here from the yen futures contracts that the yen is weak, heading for 65.34, as you can see. Holding on to market structure, achieving lower highs across the board. So we do expect, and lower lows. So we do expect this to continue downwards to 65.34. That being said, we should see a bounce on the yens at some stage next week, which could be a really good trading opportunity. Swiss franc futures looking very weak as well, heading for 109.79, which is the target. So I'm going to give you each day for members, I'm going to give you the trailing stops, I'm going to give you the targets, I'm going to give you the trends. Okay, trade at your own risk, but this only takes 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day to actually watch the video and trade alongside the actual trends as they move. So you don't have to have the advanced pro charts. It's not essential. You just become a member and I will show you exactly what's moving and where the targets are every day and the trailing stop. So here we've got the US 30. Dow Jones has broken down and it is parabolic with all the sellers in, which is basically a volume indicator. So all the sellers are in and heading for 37.348, this very high volume area. This is liquidity. This is liquidity, this is demand, and this is supply. FTSE 100 is moving into liquidity, but 7995, yeah, it's failing to achieve 7995. It's finished about the top middle range of that, so we do expect this to come off a little bit. So if you're in this, then I would change. I would certainly not be in it anymore. So it is parabolic, but it did hit our target 80.43 in the last on Friday by the look of it. So congratulations if you had that move. A nice move nonetheless. We had change of character down here, and so that was 397 points. Congratulations. The indices, the only ones that are trending are the FTSE 100, the Dow Jones downwards, the S&P 500, the DAX, German DAX as well. Others are not trending. So onto the S&P 500. This has now got a lovely descending triangle formation, which is fantastic. So your stop is 52.46. Your target is 49.36. The DAX isn't quite as clear. As you can see, there are some support areas here holding on to this price, but it is parabolic and we do have all the sellers in. So that could simply just break down quite easily, especially if the Dow Jones is falling down as well. Then this tends to follow its path. There is a previous support here of 16,994, but there's a bit of a barrier, bit of support along this route. So, but your stop is 18,440, 16,994 is your target. Congratulations if you've been in oil for the last few weeks. I don't know how many pips we've got, 8,640. So congratulations if you've into that. It's going to head for 89.87, this liquidity area here, and then on to $94.39. So look out for that. You may see a little bit of a correction into this support line this week, but that's all right. Holding on to this, your stop now has moved to $84.74, target 89.87. Bitcoin, this is not parabolic, but I am including it because I've been predicting the price to $100 by June. I'm sticking by that, so $100 is up there, but we do need to see it break this wedge formation, don't we? It's ascending, so this indicates that there is going to highly likely be a break, but it needs to break this liquidity zone here, which is quite strong. So, and I think what will happen is it will tighten up in the next few days, and then there's going to be a break. So what we'll probably do this week for members is we'll have a pending order above about 74,000. Silver, congratulations again, traders. A lovely move, a lovely buy signal in the advanced pro chart. Buy signal down here, buy signal here. Simple, it's a daily chart, just follow the trend. So we do expect further upside momentum. It hit our target of $28.73 from last week's weekly Forex forecast. And we do expect this to go up to $32.87, which is a Fibonacci extension onto the 618. Gold, good old gold. If you've been in it and you're holding on from this liquidity zone, well done. You've been very patient, but your patience has reaped massive rewards. We're talking about 3,876 pips so far. It's going up to 24.93, then it's going up to 25.55, and there's a bigger number up there as well, which is 27.98, which I've done in the week on YouTube. Hopefully you saw that. So we do expect this further upside. It's now hitting major support on the lower time frames. I'll cover that in a minute, and I'll give you my favorite trades from the price action charts in the next few minutes as well. Euro dollar to the downside, as you can see, it's broken all demand and now heading for 105.48. That's your target. Your trailing stop is 108.77. Similar for the pound USD, 12444, 12444. So it's finished right at that bottom there. So I do expect this price to come back up into here, because once it breaks this demand area, this becomes resistance, and so we may see the price move up to this area before it rolls down to 12323. Trailing stop is up here at 12706. US yen is parabolic to the upside. We're expecting a big move here now. It has sorted itself out, and so if you're in it and you've been in it and you're trailing it, then you are up 347 pips. So heading for 155.07, which is convergence, but there's a bigger number of 160, and that's going to be a lot of fun watching this one go. US Swiss is holding on to this previous high at what number is that? 91.14 thereabouts. However, I do expect this to break up in the next few days with the dollar strength to 93.89, and that will coincide with the weakness of the Swiss franc futures. Aussie USD, as you can see, now hitting a demand area. This is not a good short. I would not be trading this. Same with the Kiwi. It's now hitting on this demand area, so we could see a bounce. US Canadian has moved higher, and he's going to continue to move higher. We've got a target here of 139.82 from previous weeks and months, and that is the target for this week. And your trailing stop is 135.09. Now, if you remember, then you will have the trailing stops much tighter, of course. I'm just going to flick through. The yens are very mixed at the moment. New Zealand yen looks good. Pound yen looks good. 190.72. Yeah, so there's some trading opportunities coming, but they're not quite ready yet. Swiss yen looks good, ready for a bounce. Euro yen falling down, not parabolic as far as I'm, yeah, not parabolic, so it's been confirmed. So these are now hitting in really important support areas here. On the lower time frames, we will be looking for this to go to 167, but it's not confirmed yet. I will let members know. New Zealand Canadian is still parabolic, despite it's gone nowhere. It's just one of those things. It reached our target of 81.50, holding on to market structure and going to 83.56, which is this supply area. Pound New Zealand is parabolic to the downside. However, there is support. You've got all the sellers in, by the way, but of course it's against the main trend. So we're going to head for 207.31, trailing stop of 210.44. Similar situation for the Euro New Zealand. This is moving down now and hit our previous target and this target here. So fantastic. Now it's turned over from this high liquidity area, this supply area. Now it's going to be heading down to demand at 174.80. Now the long-term trend is higher, as you can see from the advanced pro charts. So you may find that it's going to hold on to that support line here. So look out for that. Let's have a look at the lower time frames on the price action charts and give you my favorite trades for the week. Gold is always favorite, isn't it? It has very high volumes through it. This is what I love about it, and it gives you fantastic trading opportunities throughout the week. Now, the price action charts are designed, you don't have to beat a chart all day long. That's not what I do. I'm at my chart for probably an hour to 2 hours looking at the price action charts to see where they are, but that's because I'm coaching. So you don't have to be all day long, and I recommend that you don't be all day long. This is an hourly chart, and as you can see, the trend line is still up on gold, and now it's hitting this area here, which is really, really important. So this support line, as you can see, is going to hold on. And this is a buy area here, the high liquidity area where the orders are getting ready to bounce. So we do expect further upside momentum to come into this price. So something like this bounce off here and then move up to this area again at 124.25. As mentioned earlier, the pound USD is looking good for a bounce, is against the overall trend, of course, with a stronger dollar, but there is an opportunity to go long on this back up to supply. And as you can see, it's coming down to the demand zone, high liquidity here. So if the price bounces, then we will be getting into the pound USD. I will let you know when the signal is ready. The New Zealand yen is another one. As I mentioned, we are expecting a bounce on all yens in this coming week because the yen futures are getting ready to roll over downwards. And so we do expect this price to move back into demand somewhere around here and then start to move back up to supply. So we do expect to see a couple of hundred pips there. It's the same for the Aussie yen as well. So choose whichever one you want to trade, New Zealand yen or Aussie yen, doing the same thing. Pound yen is red hot. It's going to be ready probably Monday. So if you've got the price action charts and you're on the signals, then of course get ready for this. I'll be up at 6 o'clock as I am every day, Monday to Friday, just for you. Well, not just for you, for me as well. But you can see that the pound yen is moving into demand zone. This is going to bounce pretty severely. So 190.55 is going to 193. So you've got about 250 pips happening there. Similar for the euro yen. This is red hot as well. See the trend line? This is what we call convergence. So whenever you see a trend line being hit and into a liquidity zone, as you can see, and on a demand area, this is high probability trading, high probability, high profitability. Pound Swiss, I'm expecting the Swisses to come back up in the next few days because of the Swiss franc futures rolling over and going weak, and this will cause these prices to roll back up again and heading for demand. And once we get change of character, then we're going up back up to supply. These numbers might not seem big, but they are a few hundred pips each. Pound Canadian, this is in a downtrend, and so we do expect this price to come back up to supply. There's a bit of strength here, but I think once it comes back up into supply, then it's going to go down to demand. New Zealand Canadian is hitting a demand area right now. I prefer it to see some confluence or convergence like this when the price comes into a support area and a liquidity area and a demand area. Then we have a very, very profitable trade indeed. Pound New Zealand. It's a bit tight, this one. It's not ideal, but we do have a supply zone here, so we'll be watching this for it to roll over. We do have demand, but there's a much bigger target coming because it's in a parabolic trend. So look out for this. By the time it gets to this area, possibly, we're going to be seeing this trend line moving down and heading into it. So similar with the Euro New Zealand, of course they do the same thing, but choose your trades. Don't trade both, that would be silly. But the Euro New Zealand, we do expect this to move up to this kind of area. See this trend line here? That is indeed a resistance zone. However, so is this here. So it just depends how far it comes in before it rolls over. Just wait for change of character. Again, I teach you that, so you'll get to know how it works. So just highlight a few things for you. Dow Jones to the downside. FTSE 100 has reached our target, no trade. S&P 500 to the downside. DAX to the downside. Oil by oil. Bitcoin's getting ready, waiting for a break. Silver continued uptrend. Gold up, up, up. Euro dollar down. Pound USD is going to have a bounce. So look out for that. US yen to the upside, US Swiss to the upside. Aussie USD is holding on to support, so there could be a bounce. Favorite trades for this week are all of those, of course, but you've got the New Zealand yen on a bounce, pound yen on a bounce, euro yen on a bounce, pound Swiss on a buy, pound Canadian, New Zealand Canadian. So there's pound New Zealand, you can't see that, but it's down there, and euro New Zealand as well. So there's lots going on. There's going to be a lot of fun. So join me as a VIP member, or you can purchase the price action charts like these and start making a lot of money.